Yes, please. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It means it's Monday. Wherever we are in the world, it seems like Monday is Monday, and it's RSS time, Roseburg Speaker and Storytellers. Well, welcome, everyone. We have a lineup, good lineup as always today, and our Toastmaster of the day is Sarah. Just a few things about the meeting. Please stay muted if you are not speaking. And if you can keep your video on, that will be much appreciated.
Sorry to interrupt. I think Ikshel was ready to do the SAA.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay, let's get started again. Ikshel.
Thank you very much. Yes, Silva. Yes, today I will be starting as ARM. My name is Excel. You're welcome. As I just say to this Toastmaster. Toastmaster. Yes, let me say a little about what is Toastmasters. Toastmaster International is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. Since 1924, Toastmasters International has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident in speaker, communication, and leadership. Let me ask our president, Mrs. Aju Avellanta. Aju, the screen is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ikshel. Thank you for that. I'm sorry. But again, welcome everyone. And let's just get started. Our Toastmaster of the day is Sarah. She is a very good Toastmaster. Sarah, time is yours.
Thank you, Ayu. Our words have a power, right? Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body. Welcome, Toastmasters and guests. Today, I will guide you into our meeting, and I will reflect on the following topic, the power of words. So I hope you are prepared to share with us some words that have inspired you or have helped you to motivate your life from teachers, parents, coach, etc. Maybe there's a quote that inspires you. And because Toastmasters, it's all about communication, this topic is very important for all of us so that we can also learn from it and maybe apply it to our speeches or to our lives. And now let me tell you how is the structure of the meeting. Although I only see one guest, but just to not forget, we have a section with prepared speeches. After that, we have impromptu speeches where all of us can participate. And finally, we have feedback. And this is the part where we learn and we improve ourselves. And for the prepared speeches, I will ask first the evaluators to share with us some of their favorite words, the most inspiring words for them. The first speaker will be Tiger and the evaluator will be Ruko. She's a very young Toastmaster, and I want to know from her which words or quote or something that inspires her.
Thank you, Sarah, for the opportunity. The line which inspires me the most and motivates me to work is said by one of my very favorite teacher. And it goes like, stand up, start working, get hurt, but don't stop. Stand up, start working, get hurt, but don't stop. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruko. That's very inspiring. Now let's move on to our first speaker. He was not prepared, but step up in this moment, and that's what I really like about this club and about our immediate past president, which is Tiger. But before presenting him officially, I want to know from Tiger his inspiring words or quote or something that he can share with us.
Before judging a man, walk a mile in his shoes. At that point, what do you care? You're a mile away and you have his shoes. This combines two things to me that are very important. Number one, don't judge other people, ever, not about anything. Number two, you gotta laugh. And the more serious the subject, the more you gotta laugh about it. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Tiger. I was so nervous about this meeting and the changes last minute that I forgot to introduce my technical team who are helping to develop the meeting in the right way. So I want to introduce, first of all, our grammarian, which is gonna be Ayu today, right? Okay, Ayu, please tell us some words that inspire you and then introduce your role for today.
Thank you, Sarah. The word is resilient. I heard this in Toastmasters, and that will stuck with me or stick with me until now. That is, for me, it's a complete word, consists of determination, hard work, ambition, everything. It's just resilient. Like what Ruku said, it's always about resilient, never stop. So thank you, Ruku, for remind me about my word, resilient. Today I will be serving as grammarian and accountant. I will be looking for good words, phrase, or sentences. It can be quote or something that I feel it's new. The good thing about Toastmaster is this grammarian test always for everyone, I mean, for all of you. But the point is, I will look for something that I feel it's new and I will share with you. And hopefully that will help us grow and learn about that. So another thing is about accountant. Another thing that I will do, the role is accountant. This role is looking or listening to all of us here who will use the filler words. Filler words can be you know, repetition, or it can be something that we use repeatedly throughout the speech. But if we use it just one or two times and not disrupting the speech, I would say it's not a filler word. When it starts disrupting the speech, that is a filler word. Those are filler words. That's what I will looking for. So I will start with me. What I'm looking, my benefit, and I will share it with you. That's what I will do today, Sarah.
Thank you very much, Ayu. And the next role, which is gonna help to have a smooth meeting, will be our timer. And our timer is Ixchel, who is also doing a double role. And I want to know, Ixchel, what words inspire you? And then please introduce your role.
Thank you, Sarah. Wow, the award. Maybe I could say trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your feelings. And yes, I think that it was the word inspire me, and trust also in your team, in your people that is around you. And about my role, timer. As you say, we have three parts in this meeting. The first is for our speaker prepare that I will show the screen in green when we are in 5 minutes. Then at 6 minutes, I will show the color yellow. And for the limit time, red in a 7 minutes. It's ready. It's almost ready to wrap up to end the meeting, the speaking. Sorry. And for the second part of the table topic, or the part when we can speak in 1 minute red, 1 minute and a half yellow, and 3 minutes red. And in the third part for the evaluation, we have 2 minutes in green, 2:30 in yellow, and 3 minutes in red. Thank you, Sarah. The screen is on yours.
Thank you, Ixchel. Please, the speakers, don't forget to pin Ixchel so that you can see exactly the colors in the screen. Now it's the time to move on, finally, to the prepared speeches, right? I didn't forget anyone to introduce the roles.
Am I going to speak today? I think I was scheduled. I don't know if I am or not.
You are scheduled, Mary, as a second speaker.
Okay.
Okay, let's start. Our first speaker is delivering a speech today of the path Persuasive Influence, Level 1, with the objective of write a speech with a purpose. He is the immediate past president, and I really love his speeches. The title of his speech is The Next 5 Minutes. The Next 5 Minutes, Tiger.
The only thing that is important is the next 5 minutes. The first time I heard this, I was sitting in a college class, and I was thinking to myself, I really don't care about the next 5 minutes. What I care about is the soccer match I'm going to play this afternoon. But being a student, I did listen, and I did learn some things that have stuck with me for about 40 years. So apparently, the message was important. And for you right now, this is a critical message, because in the next 5 minutes, you are going to hear a message that will potentially change your life for the better. Why is the next 5 minutes important? Why is it important to stay focused on the now? I'll share with you why. We tend to think about the past. We think and worry about the future. This is a situation where blinders are a good thing, because if you stay focused in the present, all those other things will go away and your life will improve. Let me give you examples about my thinking. I wonder what would have happened if I had invested in bottled water back in the 70s. I sure wish I would have spent more quality time with my kids. I really wish I'd kissed Kim Levin when I had the chance. I wonder, when will my stepfather go to the facility? I wonder. Will I ever get married again? I wonder, will the Boston Red Sox ever win the World Series again? These thoughts, whether you're diving into the past, whether you're thinking about the future, take you away from the present. If you are in the moment, your life will be less stressful. You'll find life to be much more relaxed. You'll find your life to be much better. How many of you right now, be honest with yourself, are in this moment? How many of you are paying attention? There will be a test. I'm going to find out if you listen to these last 5 minutes. How many of you are thinking about what you're going to have for dinner or what you did yesterday? Be honest. Our brains are all over the place. Stay focused. Let me share with you some 5 minutes of my life. Most 5-minute periods in life come and go and there's no significance. Well, let's be honest. But there are significant times where 5 minutes changed your life or potentially could change your life. Were you there? Were you in the present? Let me share some experiences with me. Mr. McCandy, you are the proud father of twins. Here's baby A, and here's baby B. I'm sitting watching a basketball game with several of my college roommates. I get a knock on the door. There's my uncle. Tiger, you need to pack up your stuff and come with me right now. We need to go home. They found your father. He's dead. There's also some embarrassing moments. When I graduated high school, we wore dark green gowns with a dark green cap. So me, being color conscious, I went out and bought myself a brand new pair of red, and I mean red, high top Nikes. As I got my diploma, I ran across the stage, I jumped up in the air, I clipped my heels, and I promptly tumbled right into the front row of the audience. Me, being me, I jumped up and did like this to the audience. And of course, I had several thousand people laughing. My mom was not impressed. 5 minutes can change your life. The next 5 minutes are the only thing that's important. Now, fortunately for you, 5 minutes from now, I'm going to be done and you're going to be listening to Mary. This is a good thing. The last 5 minutes, I have shared a very important message with you. Did you listen? Are you going to think about it? Are you going to implement this in your life? What do you have to lose? The next couple of days, I want you to think about staying focused. Stay in the next 5 minutes. See if it doesn't reduce your stress. See if you quit thinking about what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday is gone. It's good to learn from the past. It's good to have memories, but don't stay there. And don't worry about the future. Yes, Mary, you're gonna have dinner tonight. Don't worry, the kids they're not gonna starve. Chicken, fried chicken, KFC, who cares? Stay focused in the next 5 minutes. I guarantee you it will improve your life. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Tiger. That was a powerful call to action. I will for sure implement it to my next days and see what happens. Thank you for that speech. And now our second speaker will be Mary. And I recently learned from her during a contest that she joined Toastmasters because she wanted to be more open to receive feedback. And I think that's a great way to learn at Toastmasters. She also told us that she had learned about it and she has become very good not only at listening to feedback but also at giving it. We have seen her in participating in contests and so on, and I'm very happy to hear a speech from her. So without further ado, Mary will present Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Who wants to be a millionaire? Mary.
Thank you, everyone. Timer, before you start, I have a few things to say, and somebody else raised their hand. One, do we have enough time for me to make this an 8 to 10 minute speech? Sarah? Tiger says yes.
Yes, Mary.
Reason I say this is just to give you a preamble to what this speech is about. I was asked to talk to classes of high schoolers, financial management, after they graduate from high school. And people, this teacher knows that I've done pretty successfully. I've been very successful in the financial area. And so she wanted me to give them some tips. So I've been working on this speech, but it's a much longer speech. So I found 5 to 7 minutes. I'm just getting started. So 8 to 10 helps a little bit, but I'm going to work on trying to be a little more concise. You know, that's an area that I struggle with. So if you could give me 8 to 10 minutes, I'll try to hit the high points of my speech for these high school students on financial management. And as you mentioned, the speech title is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Now, I was using the speech about gestures, but I am sitting in the parking lot of a hospital and I'm holding my phone. So it's going to be rather difficult to do a whole lot of gestures. I did get out of the car so I could stand up, but I don't know if you can see that I'm moving around much. So maybe just some general feedback of the presentation, but more the content for a high school audience. Is it appropriate? Any suggestions you can give for me to me about that? With that, I'm ready to start. Who wants to be a millionaire? Timer, you can start now. Who wants to be a millionaire? Raise your hand or use the icon. Okay, I'm going through here and I'm seeing a lot of raised hands and icons that, yeah. It's the American dream to become a millionaire. Companies prey on that. They give you schemes that how you can get rich quick without a whole lot of effort, and they end up taking your money. Now, there's other ways that you can become a millionaire besides the way that I'm going to talk about. You could get an inheritance. Maybe you have a very rich relative that dies and leaves you $1 million or more. Or you could be one of the very small percentage of people in the world that win at casinos or the lottery and become a millionaire. But that's a really small percentage. The opportunity to become a millionaire is here in your grasp if you follow some of the tips that I have imparted in my life. Let's start with the number one thing. Stay at home as long as you can. You'll never have it as good as you have it now. At home, you've got a roof over your head, the utilities are paid for, food in the refrigerator, and you're paying little to no rent. So you have the ability to save money. You'll never be so self-sufficient as you are right now. So ingratiate yourself with your parents. Make them want you to stay at home. That's the number one tip on financial management. The more that you can bring income in, which is money in, that's higher than your expenses, which is the money going out. That's how you're going to achieve financial security. And with some few tips, I can show you how to become a millionaire. Now, why are you going to listen to me? What do I know about becoming a millionaire? Because I am a millionaire. And I didn't start out that way. I didn't win the lottery. I didn't have a rich relative, but I planned at an early age to make myself financially successful. And my key was real estate. That may not work for you, but this is how I did it. And I hope that some of the tips that I'll share with you will help you to achieve your financial goals after you leave school. The 4 areas I'm going to cover today are planning and budgeting. 2, real estate, which is the way how I got rich. 3 is credit cards, the root of all evil. And 4 is maintenance, how to keep that financial success once you've achieved it. Starting with number 1, I mentioned the best way to save money is stay at home as long as you can. Once you're out in the real world and paying rent and utilities, it's very hard to save money. But you still can, and you should. From the very first job you get, even if it's babysitting or cutting the grass, a small portion of it should go into savings. Make that part of your budgeting plan is always to put money aside for savings, for something that you're trying to purchase, and also to have money for emergencies that go beyond your monthly expenses. 2, you've got to make a budget that has more money coming in than going out. As soon as it starts going the other way, and I would like to show you the ability, if I can't do it here, of leveling, that you got more going out than coming in, you're losing your financial success. So you want to make sure and periodically check that you're living within your budget. Real estate. Like I said, the best way to save money is to stay at home. Once you get enough money to purchase that first house, you are on your way to financial security and possibly making a rich investment through real estate. That's what I did. I stayed at home until I was 29 years old. I gave my mom some rent, but a lot of my money was able to go into savings that I was able to save up to buy my first house. Also, I rented that house out. So people that are renting are paying the mortgages for people like me. So if you can, you want to try to, once you purchase your first house, share your house with someone else to let them help you pay your mortgage. Rent out the basement or live in the basement and rent out the main part of the house. And then a lot of money will help you. You'll be able to save the money because you'll have somebody helping with that mortgage. If you can, that's a great way to save money, sharing your property once you buy it. Then as you continue to grow, which is what I did, I bought my first house. Then once I got married, I bought a second home, and that became my primary home. But I was continuing to get income from the first house I bought. At some point, that first house was paid off, and then all of it was income that I was able to put aside, and that became the basis for buying more houses. So I ended up buying a total of 4 homes, all of them income generating beyond the mortgage, but it allowed me to have money put aside for maintenance when things go wrong. You need to have that emergency fund, but also income that I could use later in life that added to my current retirement income. Credit card. So that's how I did it, was buy that first house, use the income to save to buy second, third, fourth houses. That's how I was able to generate real estate investments and lots of extra income. credit cards, the root of all evil, but yet at the same time, you have to have credit established to be able to get more credit. So as soon as you can, get a very small credit card, usually a store like a TJ Maxx or a department store one that has a very low limit. Get that credit card, pay it in full each time. That'll establish your credit and allow you to earn more credit. I'm out of time, but that's the keys for some of the tips how I became a millionaire. And I want you to become a millionaire too. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Mary. What an energetic speech. I really loved it. With much information that we can also use. I forgot to ask you at the beginning, which are some words or quote that inspires you, since our topic is the power of words?
My favorite prayer is the Serenity Prayer. And the word serenity has a lot of powerful meaning. Peace, calm, a serene environment. So my word is serenity.
Thank you for sharing. And Michelle will be evaluating Mary later in the evaluation section of this meeting, but I also forgot to ask Michelle, which are the words or the phrase, the quote that inspires you?
It's easy because Mary already mentioned the Serenity Prayer. It's not just the word serenity, but the entire prayer that I really love. If for those who may not be familiar with it, it goes, Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Back to you.
Thank you, Michelle. What a nice words and phrases we are hearing today, right? Now we will move on to the table topics. Before, let me share with you some information that I found in the internet. The words have the power of shaping our thoughts and therefore our lives. So that by reframing the description of some negative experience, we cultivate a positive interpretation. And now Chilpa will be in charge of the table topics. She's also a very inspiring Toastmaster. In the last time we have seen her evaluating speeches in a very motivating and inspiring way. So I will ask Chilpa to share with us her words, quote, or phrase.
Hi, Sarah. Hello, everyone. I could not decide on one, so I'll share two. The two phrases, one of them is stay curious, that keeps you going, keep moving forward. And the second one is faith over fear. So yes, there might be times that can be challenging, but if you have keep your faith, that really helps. I have that painted and put on my living room wall as well.
Great. Thank you for sharing, Shilpa. And now the stage is yours for table topics.
Thank you, Sarah. This is a very touching topic. And just to enhance or just to elaborate what Sarah said, that how words can make a difference, I'll share a poem with you just because we have a little time today. Now listen to this. I have got 2 A's, the small boy cried, his voice filled with glee. His father very bluntly asked, why did you not get 3? Mom, I've got the dishes done, the girl called from the door. Her mother very calmly said, and did you sweep the floor? I have mowed the grass, the tall boy said, and put the mower away. His father asked with a shrug, did you clean off the clay? The children in the house next door seemed happy and content. The same things happened over there. But this is how it went. I've got 2 A's, the small boy cried, his voice filled with glee. His father proudly said, that's great. I'm sure glad you live with me. Mom, I've got the dishes done, the girl called from the door. Her mother smiled and softly said, each day I love you more. I've mowed the grass, the tall boy said, and I've put the mower away. His father answered with much joy, you have made my happy day. Children need encouragement for tasks they're asked to do. If they are to lead a happy life, so much depends on you. And not only children, every person that you meet or interact with, the power of your words can make their day and lives much more happier. Thank you for giving your time to listen to this. And now moving on to the impromptu speaking section of the Toastmasters meeting, which is called Table Topics. The timing here is 1 to 2 minutes with a 30-minute at the end, 30-minute grace at the end, 30-second grace at the end. I would twist this table topics a little bit today. Generally, the table topics master give you a word and then ask you to elaborate on it. I would still give the word, but only to the person who would be the table topic speaker. They would speak about this word without mentioning it. And then everyone in the audience can guess in the chat. How does that sound? Is it clear to everyone? Okay. So I would bring upon Akib, our guest, who has graced the meeting today with to begin with. And I'm just right now sending the word only to Akib. Akib, you don't have to mention the word, just speak about it, and then your power of words will make us guess it.
Table topic master and dear guest, how many of you have fallen in love? I know it's a tricky question. Wow, 3 to 4 people have raised their hands. What happens when we fall in love? We feel something for others, right? Everyone is like, bro, I'm in love with her. And I don't know what to say, but she is very close to me. She is one of those things, and I cannot live without her. This happens with all of us. It so happened in my college days that people will come and within 1 to 2 years, they'll have someone. So they're like, I have one in myself and one more got added up. Now we are 2 of us. So this is what people used to describe themselves. Now I have 2 of it. Like, okay, it's good. And the best part of being in love, having those one extra is happiness, is having that content feeling. And most of it is like you feel little better than normal human beings. I said I'm not that much cherished, so I have only one. I cannot add on it, but it's something which I looked from outside, from others' view, and I realized that it is very important to have one more of it. And this is how life has been for me. I'm still searching for the other one. So with this, I'd like to hand over the stage back to Table Topic Master. No one has guessed. Can I go ahead? What we used to say is that I'm keeping her very close in my body somewhere. So you take a body part name and then you say that this is what it is close. Yay. So that is what table topic is. Over to Table Topic Master.
Shilpa, you're
Shilpa,
on
you're on
mute.
mute. Yeah. Shilpa, you need to unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. Very well done, Akib and Rukaya. I'll give the next word to Rukaya. And thank you for bearing with me. It's taking a little bit longer than usual, but I think this is a good change for us.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for the word. You know what? For the whole year around, I just wait for one occasion. That is my birthday. I'm very fond of my birthday. Now, you all might be guessing why I am fond of my birthday. I love my birthday because all my friends come over. We have all the parties. I go out with them. They give me surprises. Of course, my family is the first one to wish me. Lots of cakes, lots of gifts, lots of blessings, and lots of parties. Could parties be called as something else? I'm very, very fond of having, you all guess it, what I'm very fond of having. That is the word you all need to guess. I guess somebody guessed it right, and that is merry. Yeah, celebration. I'm very, very fond of my birthday celebrations. I love having birthdays because I love to celebrate. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you for being so sporting, Rukaya. Mary, you guessed it right. I would take the opportunity of giving the next table topics to you, but I would pass it on to, I see we have Yasmin, and if Yasmin can speak now, I'm glad she's okay and fine. Yasmin, I'll give you a word in the chat. You don't have to use it, but you have to speak about it and let others guess what the word is. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dear Table Topic Master, my fellow Toastmasters, I am Indian. You know what India is famous for? For its diversity of everything. But something that stands out most importantly is religion. People here in India believe in different gods. Do you know how to call the people believing in different gods, in different religion? What do people hold when they believe in different god and different religion? Think about that. Yes, we are getting closer. We're getting closer, closer to what we all hold within us. It could be on God. You can have it on God. It is something we also can have it amongst each other. It's a quality which we hold when we all are together. When I invest my time, my energy, my efforts into another individual, there is something we develop amongst each other. And yes, to wrap it up, I am Indian. And I love all the words you guys have thrown in here. We believe, we trust, we respect each other, and most importantly, we lay our faith into each other. And India is a country where different people lay their faith in different gods, and we have different religion. So I'm glad and proud to be Indian. Back to you, and thank you, Akib, for throwing the word in the very first time.
Thank you, Yasmin. That was really sporting, and Akib, you guessed it really well. And now I would pass the mic to our timer, Excel. I think Michelle is always ready to time each of us, so she can take care of that momentarily while I give Excel the word. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Give me a second here.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
I hope you got the diction.
Yes. Okay. Why we are here? Why most of you wake up early to attend this meeting? Why you are speaking? And also, why you are here and why you are not, as Jasmine, running, or maybe someone else doing another thing. We make some things for some reason. Maybe not just for learning, or maybe just for earn money. In fact, your job, what's the reason if your job, and not only for give money, a great commodity life, for that reason. What also is the reason make us life, or doing something, and also why and I think that is the base for make what you want to do. And oh, I don't know how is my time, sorry. But Jasmine got the word. Sorry. Sorry. And I think that I make in the time, but yes, Jasmine got the word passion.
Thank you, Michelle, and Yasmin, you got it right. So I hope you all enjoyed this session. I think it's time to wrap up now and move on to the next part of the meeting. I will handle the I will hand over the my mic back to our Toastmaster of the day, Sarah. Thank you all for the opportunity.
Thank you, Shilpa, for those creative table topics. And thank you for all the participants. It was great, great session. And let me share with you my favorite quote. It is from Maya Angelou, and she says, if you don't like something, change it. If you cannot change it, change your attitude. And I really like that. Now we are moving on to the feedback section of this meeting. And Ayu will step in the role of general evaluator. So I will ask the evaluators, Ayu, all the technical team to use positive words, positive words that help our participants to grow and that encourage them to do better for the next time. Better speakers, better Toastmasters, better anything they want. Ayu, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Sarah. Better self. I'll just continue Sarah word, better self. Well, I want to repeat on Sarah word. If you cannot change something, change your attitude. Thank you, Sarah. Next, we are going to hear from our evaluator. The first evaluator is Rukaya to evaluate Tiger's speech. Ruku, are you ready?
Yes. Thank you, Ms. General Evaluator. So, hello everyone. Today, I would be evaluating Tiger for his Persuasive Influence Pathway Speech Level 1, writing a speech with a purpose, and his title was The Next 5 Minutes. Keeping everything aside, I would first like to congratulate him for the spontaneousness he shows in every meeting. In a second, he's ready to do whatever he's told to. And that too voluntarily, which is one of the most inspiring things for me, and I hope it would be the same for others too. Coming to his speech, I really like the purpose you brought into your speech, living in the present and not worrying about past or future. I think this is one of the most important topics in today's world, because every one of us is either haunted by the memories we have lived in past, or we are worried about the future. But everybody has forgot to live in the present. We are wasting the time we are living in. Thank you, Tiger, for bringing up this really, really important and vital topic. I like the way you speak. I like the way you convince people. I like the way you put in your stories to make it more realistic. I like the whole way you give and deliver the speech. Today, I would like to give one challenge maybe to you, which you could also consider as a feedback. And that is, while you're pursuing the persuasive influence pathways, your persuasion power should be really, really powerful. And I think I found it to be a bit low today. I was completely convinced with the thought you put forward, but this could have been done in a better way. In a better way, I mean that you could have put some more powerful examples, some other alternatives rather than repeating your title every time. That could have been done in your speech to make it more influential and more persuasive. That is the only feedback I have for you. And that is a challenge also to try and bring in some more powerful examples for this pathway of yours. Thank you. And back to you, Ms. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Rukaya. I am sorry. I like your way of saying things, you know. I just noticed, I write it down. You can just say your pathways, but you say it in another way, pathways of yours. I was like, wow, just different, right? Thank you. Next is our second evaluator, and she is in red. That's the clue. We'll be evaluating Mary. Let's welcome Michelle.
Thank you, Ayu, and thank you so much, Mary. Wow, I really enjoyed listening to your speech. I put myself in the shoes of a teenager listening to you, and you captured my attention when you said, "Who wants to be a millionaire?" I think all the teenagers in the US would want to raise their hand. And then you had some humor when you said that there are some ways you can have inheritance from a rich relative, or you can win in the lottery. Great humor there. The tips were very useful. I definitely can see how not just a young person, but anyone could build some kind of positive bank account by doing those tips. Stay at home, saving money on expenses for rent and all that. And I loved how you said ingratiate yourself to your parents so that they will want you to stay with them for as long as possible. And you were a demonstration. You stayed until 29, which in the US is considered, you know, most young people, they want to leave in their late teens and have their own room or apartment. Planning and budgeting, and then you threw in real estate. I had a friend who did exactly that, and I know how it can leverage and get more and more. So really great tips. Now, a couple of suggestions. I tried to note down when you said first, stay at home. And then you said later on, here are 4 tips. And then you said planning and budgeting, real estate, credit cards, and then maintenance. And then you kind of went back to planning and you said first, like I said, stay at home. So now I was getting a little tied up. I thought that was the first. And so the only suggestion I have is simplify your numbering. Just say 3, because 3 is so powerful. 4 gets lost, and you kind of got them intertwined. So if you just say 3, and then maybe the stay at home would be part of planning, you know? So the most important is planning and budgeting. And then maybe you could have some strategies within that. The real estate, that could be an example of what you did, but maybe there could be others, like use your talent, get paid for your talent. Because in my case, that's what happened. I was in high school, I got paid for drawing. Actually grade school. They wanted me to draw their biology, their fish, their frogs, and I started getting paid. So I was earning already by using my talent. So maybe you could add 3 things like real estate, or find a talent and get paid for it. If you love to sing, then get paid to sing, you know, whatever it is. But I love the concept of sharing with young people how they can start building an income. And oops, my time is up. But maybe privately, Mary, I want to give more suggestions for you. But great speech, really good job helping young people. Back to you, Ayu.
Thank you, Michelle. 3 more seconds and you will get the boom. Mary, I believe you got the gist, and thank you for your service, ma'am, to our youth. uh, the youth of the earth, I will say, because we are citizens of the earth. Some people here in Ubud usually say that. The next things is the grammarian report and the accounting report. Okay, let's start with the accounter. I don't really hear any instruction that if some of us using some filler word, I didn't hear that as those filler words as disruption. So I will say congratulations. We are really good in eliminating the filler words. The next one is the grammarian report. Thank you for those who were using the word of the day karma, since I didn't really pay attention on that, and apologize to not mention it earlier. My bad, my fault, my mistake. The next one is the beautiful language that I heard, or listen to all of us saying that. Tiger saying that the only things that important is the next 5 minutes. And that was his opening. The next word the next phrase that get my attention is stay focused. The next one is from Mary. Mary, in Indonesia, the million is not so much. So I will say, who wants to be the billionaire? Yeah, we have too many zero in Indonesia. Maybe same as I don't know, some countries like that. And thank you for that enthusiasm. The word that I learned from Mary, mentioned also by Michelle, is ingratiate, being oneself into favor with someone by flattering or trying to please them. This is new word for me. I'm pleased to share with you. The next thing is I will say it was in the chat, everyone, the prayer from Michelle. If you can go back a little bit, then you will have it all. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can change, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing that. Three other words that I put in my note is serenity, resilience, and leverage. Other thing is I'm very fond. This is very simple word from Ruku, but I forgot about that word. You know, I always say I like, and I'm very fond of. Thank you, Ruku. Special for Akib. Akib, thank you for making me always, every time I look at your avatar, make me laugh, and that avatar cheer me up. Thank you for being here, sir. That's all my grammarian report, and we will have a timer report from Excel. Go ahead, Excel.
Okay, thank you very much, Aju. Okay, I will share right now the time in the chat, but I want to say that Tiger, he made 6 minutes 25. Mari 7 minutes 38. I want to say I am apologize for this time because I didn't hear that you asked for 8 minutes to 10, and it's the second time that I hurry people as a timer. Also, I made with Federico, but that I didn't know. What's my first time for evaluators, so I hope don't have a bad karma for this when I speak. Okay. And the next time is Akif, 1 minute 30. Rukaya, 1 minute 29. Jasmine, 2 minutes. Me, 2 minutes 21. Rukaya, 2 minutes 2 minutes 58. Michelle, 30 minutes 22. And right now, Aju as grammarian and accountant, 3 minutes 36. And I will share it right now on the chat, and it's all my report, Aju. Thank you very much. Go with you.
Thank you, Ruku. Wow, amazing. Roseburg and speakers and storytellers. We start a little bit late, I guess. Yeah, but now we almost finish. Pretty on time, even early. My general evaluator reports very simple. I love you all for always being here, supporting each other. Like Sarah said, she loved this club. I love this club too, very, very much. With that, I just will close the meeting and let's have sometimes chatting it to each other after this meeting. With this, I would say meeting adjourned.
Can I add, that was a fantastic job of, we were about as discombobulated as the beginning as I've ever seen any club. All of a sudden it's, there's a fire. I gotta go. Everyone's gone. Wow, that's an interesting way to start a meeting.
Oh yeah, one thing, Tiger, one thing, but I think everybody knows, right? That this is Federico and Alice finally stand up for all of us, representing us at district level. And that is I want to say to you, because this is still in the recording. Alice, Federico, congratulations on trying. Thank you very much for your time and effort. We love you, we're proud of you. Yasmin, it's time for club business and you can go on.
Ms. President, would you like to stop recording before we continue?
The recording is by Michelle. Michelle, we can, meeting adjourned.